Okay, so let's walk you through how to import those goal templates and to begin the modification process. Once you're logged into the ARM system, you'll come up to the top left-hand corner of your screen here and you're going to select your menu button. You'll scroll down and select Settings, and below Settings, you'll select Goal Templates. Now, if you don't have access to settings, you're going to need to talk to your system program administrator about getting permission to access this module in order to create these goal templates for the program itself as an organization. Usually this is done by supervisors, by managers, or by program admins, directors, etc. So on this screen, once you land here, you'll notice that it's empty. Because we haven't started this process yet, I don't have any of my templates listed here. To begin, we're going to copy over global templates, this teal button here, which will open up a new window. This window will have a drop-down list to select the template that you'd like to import. Now you can import all of them at the same time. You can import a few of them if you just wanted to start the process with the first few and then come back and import the next of them. But you would start this process by just selecting the ones that you'd like to import. Something to consider for how you're going to achieve this task is whether or not you want to import all of them at once and then begin to work on them one at a time until they've all been modified and updated, or whether or not you want to divvy this up amongst other staff members in the program so that you're each working on modifying goal templates as part of this process. Do you want to import just a first few in order to make changes to the system? So I'm just going to start with the purposes of this demonstration. We're going to start with the first 5 listed here. We're going to select Import to my directory, and we're going to select Yes, we are sure. Now we should get a success message. Yes, this was successfully imported. When we come back, we're just going to close out of that screen so we can come back to our Provider Goal Template screen, which is no longer empty. We have the first 5 goal templates that have been imported. Now, any of these items that have AP, this is an indicator that shows you that these are the goal templates where you have an action item to complete. There's something in here that needs you to modify it. So you'll notice 4 of the 5 are things that we need you to go into to start going through and modifying as part of this process. So let's just review what I see on my screen. Each of these templates has a name. They have a goal domain. So what is this addressing in the RECAP assessment? They have a goal category, and you can see who imported them. So when was this template created, the date, the time, and by which user of my program. You'll also notice as we begin to modify them when it was last updated. So it'll have a updated date, time, and by which user listed here as well. To begin this process of editing and modifying or just viewing the template itself, we're going to come over to the right-hand side where we see this blue eyeball button. Here we're going to select the eyeball button. And now we're going to hover over the P, which is your little indicator as we discussed, which shows that the task for this item is to add and tag a local credit and debt counseling service organization. Now, this is a goal template that is recommended and served up for clients who respond in the RECAP assessment as having an acute barrier to stable housing as a result of credit or debt issues. So the action item in this goal is to find a local credit and debt counseling service organization that you or your navigators can link this client to, which should help to achieve the goal and address ultimately the barrier that was established. Once you're ready to add that resource, we're just going to come over to the right-hand side and you're going to select the airplane button here, which will open up your resource directory. Now, your resource directory consists of organizations, which are companies that are usually local, or it also, you see there's a file tab here, which adds files. These could be things like worksheets, workbooks, PDFs, video links, house rules, chore assignments, etc. Now, if the resource you want to attach is already in here, you can search for it. You can type in the name of the research or the company that you're looking to add. You can select it, and then you can assign it here in the bottom right-hand corner. Let's assume we need to add a new resource for this one. I hadn't considered it when I put together my resource directory. Now I know I need to go find a company that's local to us that might be able to help. So we're going to add a new organizations resource listed here at the bottom of the screen. Once we select this, we have the name field. Now, this is connected to Google. So as we start to type, you'll notice that it searches Google for us. And we have several options here that I can select from as an example. Let's say this is the company that we were looking for. And once I select it from Google search, it will automatically pre-populate some of the information that's available. So we have the name of the organization, I have their address, I have their phone number, and I have their website. The next thing that we want to do is select from the list of categories. So what type of organization is this? I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to say that this relates directly to the financial category. And then I need to fill in a description. When a client clicks on this resource from their portal, it'll give them access to the phone number, the address, the website, but it'll also have the description there so we can review what this is with the navigators as part of the care planning process. So it's always very helpful to have those descriptions. The easiest way that I have, that I love to be able to do this, is just to go directly to the organization's website. And then we can have a little bit of the About Us page. And really what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a part of this and I'm going to add this one to the description box. So I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste and then I'm going to save. Now we have a success message, which will bring us back to this resource directory. Now it takes just a second, but what you'll see here is that it adds that resource. Here's the new company that we've just created, and it already has it pre-selected for you. What it's looking to do is to say, hey, you added it from a task. Was this something that you're looking to assign to this specific task, or did you just want to add it to your resource directory? When I'm ready to assign this as a resource to that action item that we saw in the goal template, we just click Assign. Now you can see it has 3 resources that are available to accomplish this goal. So we have these two, which are our files or websites, really, and I know that because when we come in to open them up, we see that this is the description that's provided, and I have the link. And here I can review the website to decide if this is something that I want to keep as part of this goal template for the navigators and the clients to use to achieve this goal. Let's say, you know what, that one's in Canada, I'm in Florida, I don't think that one's relevant. I don't want this one. I really like the American Consumer Credit Counseling Service. In fact, I know somebody there who's in recovery. I think this is going to be really helpful. So I'm going to remove that one just by clicking on the X. Now you'll see we just have 2 resources that are listed here. The next thing we can do as part of the modification process for these goal templates is to review the tasks and action items that are listed. So knowing that this is a goal template that is to resolve the housing issues associated with credit and debt issues, maybe we just review these action items. We say, okay, we need to add a new action item. We need to modify language of an existing action item. Maybe we want to rearrange the order of the action item, or maybe we want to even delete it. Maybe using a decision map to explore paths to resolve housing issues is not something that I want as a task item for them to have the option of. So in order to modify the task itself, so the language, for example, or to delete it, you'll see these 3 buttons here, 3 little dots. So this will give you access to edit. So if I wanted to change the language, and let's just throw in this as an example, I can come in and edit the language, the name of the action item. I can change when it is due. So is it due in 15 days? Maybe this is due in 7 days. And I can hit save. Now I've modified the language in this one. Maybe I don't want it at all. This is a task item that I don't think is necessary or appropriate for my program, this area, etc. I can come in and I can select these 3 dots here, and I can select delete. I'm not going to delete it because I do want to leave this one in right now. You'll notice the difference between these 2 task items, however. This is one that cannot be deleted, or the language cannot be edited. And this is, however, something that you can in fact modify. So you'll notice that now that we have selected the local debt and credit counseling service, that's the task that's going to be assigned to the client. We have a couple of resources that might start them off down this path. The navigator and the client are together going to go through the process of scheduling this service. And then when the client has begun to utilize and use this resource, they're going to go in and rate it as part of the tasks that are necessary to accomplish this goal and engagement in the recovery plan. Let's say I wanted to add an action item. Maybe I don't think that this is enough. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to select the plus button. And here we have the option of what type of action item am I going to add. If this is a single task, a one-time thing that gets completed, we just leave it as SGT, which stands for single goal task. If it's something that recurs, so if it's a task that's going to recur, then we would select RGT for recurring goal tasks. If this would be an event, then it would be a single goal event, or if it's a recurring event, it would be a recurring goal event. In this instance, I'm just going to put in SGT. We would enter the name of the task item. We would enter in how long, when is this due? So is it 7 days, is it 15 days, etc. And any description or help text that would be available as part of this action item, and then we would hit save. I'm going to go ahead and close this window. The last area for modification of these goals is around adding milestones. So if you need to add another milestone, like this teal option here, you would just select the yellow plus button, and you'll notice that here we have the option of sequence order and milestone name. So we can add in a new milestone here, and then we can decide, this should be the first milestone, so it's going to automatically assign it above this one by entering in 1, or maybe this should be, the next milestone that needs to be accomplished we're going to enter into. When we're done, we hit save. Then we can begin building out the tasks below this milestone in order to achieve it. And so for right now, I'm just going to close this one out. And so this is the process of importing and modifying all of the goal templates. I'm just going to go back to my screen now that that has been updated. And you'll notice here that we have the last updated on, the date, the time, and it was me that also updated it. So you'll go through this process with each of the goal templates inside of this directory in order to import them and get them ready for use in the recovery care plan. That's going to really help with time and efficiency between the peers and so the recovery navigators and their clients that they're working with. Hope this was a useful video, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks.